So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Mach 2 versus the Mach Crush. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Alrighty y'all, Lou here from Beyond the Bounds. This is a channel geared towards bass fishing, gear reviews, and tournament footage. So if you like that sort of thing, click that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Today's video is gonna be about the Mach 2 versus the Mach Crush. So question of the day, which one of these do you own in your arsenal and which one would you like to own in your arsenal? Make sure you drop that in the comments section below. Also post any of the reflections that you have and maybe impressions that you have since you've been using these two rods. All right guys, let's get into this review, and like all of my reviews, I'm not just gonna sit here and spit specifications out to you because you know what, you can go online, you can read those. What I want to give to you from this video, from these types of videos, from my reviews, are just something that, you know, is very subjective. These are my opinions of the products that I'm reviewing. But at the same time, I'm also not just picking it up from the store, taking it and popping it up on the screen and going, hey, here's my review of this thing. No, I've fished with these things extensively for a year. Matter of fact, my biggest fish for my year, for my 2018 season, came off of this rod right here. Unfortunately, I don't have it on video. You know what? This is the rod that it came off of. I was throwing a square bill on this rod and I caught a near 6-pounder on this rod in the Potomac. So something pretty unique about both of these combos is that they both won Best in Show at ICAST. 2016 contender right here, or winner, and then 2017 right here as well. Now I do want to review certain specifications with these rods, certain specs, because there are subtle differences between the two. Granted, they both share the same blank, they both share dry tech technology from Wind Grips, but there are some subtle differences, and let's go over those now. Perhaps one of the major differences that you're going to notice right off the bat is the difference in guides. Again, they're both IM8 blanks. These are very sensitive blanks, or very light blanks. And if you're not familiar with how blanks work, you know, as that IM8 number goes up, the sensitivity goes up as well. But back to the rods, you know, the guides are the main difference. With the Mach 2 combo, you're gonna have a stainless steel guide, and with the Mach Crush combo, you're gonna have American Tackle's microwave airwave guides. So definitely an upgrade as far as the guides go with the Mach Crush. Now, you know, there is a difference in price to these rods as well, and I think you'll see kind of why, because as I note the differences between the two, that's where it's going to really kind of shine that, okay, this one, yeah, I understand why this one's a $200 combo. Now that's pretty fantastic that you're getting a $200 combo that looks as sweet as this, performs as sweet as this. But this one is also an $180 combo, and again, looks as sweet as this, performs as sweet as this. Both of these rods and reel combos are gonna do you phenomenal work out on the water. Again, biggest fish of the year I caught on this combo right here. But as far as the rods go, that's literally the main difference. They both feature the skeletal reel seat from LEWS. Both feature Wind Grips with, again, amazing designs on them. And you know, let's talk about the Wind Grips real fast, and I'll talk about it using the Mach Crush here. You know, they really do perform well in those wet situations, those situations where maybe you're using the rod and reel and your hands getting a little sweaty or it's raining. They really do perform well in those situations. One thing I will mention about the rods, now the Mach Crush actually has a new rod available in a heavy version. Matter of fact, let's look at the versions of rods that they have for the Mach Crush. They've got a medium heavy version in a 7-foot and a heavy version in a 7'3". Now for the rods, and especially this combo, I would highly recommend you go with that heavy version. What I found from fishing these rods all year were, you know, this tip up here is just a little bit softer than I would have preferred, especially in a medium heavy. So, you know, you've got a little bit more of a bend. It's not the best rod in the sense for throwing, you know, say like a Sammy here. Will it work? Absolutely. Will you be able to set that hook home? Yes. But as far as being truly accurate with it, it loads up too much for this combo. So this combo is really going to be great in the sense of if you're throwing spinner baits, square bills, Texas rig worms, that's where this is really going to shine. Maybe even lighter topwaters. Topwaters that are a little too heavy, a little harder to be as accurate with both of these rods, matter of fact. So, you know, if that's kind of what you're considering, I would shy away from that. But as far as maybe using it for like a papa or something like that, something smaller whopper ploppers, this thing's going to do damage. Both of these are going to do right by you, and they're going to have enough action that'll allow you to even boat flip those. But again, you know, both have kind of the softer tip. Now let's look at the tip on this, and they're both medium heavies. Now what's interesting is I have an IM8 blank that's in the Hank Parker signature series, and that one is a medium heavy, but that one's a little bit stiffer towards the end of that tip on those Hank Parker worm and jig rods, and trust me, those will set the hook home. Matter of fact, I took this reel right here off of this rod, stuck it on one of the Hank Parker signature series rods. You know, $40 rod you can find at Walmart, LEWS product as well. And I went home and really jacked some jaws on some bass at Lake Bob Sandlin in Texas. So the reel is kind of what we'll get into next, and kind of the difference between the two. The main difference, and I think the key difference for these two rod and reel combos right here, is that the Crush has a 20-pound drag system. So again, you know, I was flipping in Texas using this reel right here, and it was really horsing out some big fish. And you know, so I can truly attest that that 20-pound drag over the 15-pound is going to be worth that little bit of extra cash to spend. That's your next main difference with the Crush versus the Mach 2. Now, you know, both of these reels feature a super low profile, which make them really good to palm, especially if you got smaller hands. But I've got, you know, smaller hands, and that allows me to get a really good, comfortable feeling with using and palming these rods all day long. I'm able to put my finger up here and still maintain good control of the rod and the reel. So that's what I really like about the super low profile design of a lot of the reels that LEWS offers. You know, both of them have starred drags. They've got all the bells and whistles of what you'd expect. Braking systems on the side. As you might can see, there becomes, you know, the more you use it, the more these knobs get kind of discolored. But again, that's just part of it. Now, I really like on both of these rods and reels, I really enjoy these larger wind grips. Again, I enjoy the fact that when you're holding your hand and you're pinching down on something that's smaller in that sense, then you're pinching down. So try that. Try pinching down on something and holding that, or holding this for a little bit longer. Now open that up and just hold it kind of lightly, but around that. And that's what these knobs on these reels give you. They give you a contact point to where you're contacting it like this versus like this. And I think that truly matters. And that's why I really like them. Some people don't like them. Hey, perfectly fine if you don't like that. That's your opinion, and you're welcome to your opinion. I'm telling you why I like them and why I like them for both rods. But because of that feature right there, because you're able to lightly grip this rod, and then in the instance you do catch a fish, you can pinch down, and when you're pinching down, it broadens as it gets out, so it widens as it gets out. So when you're pinching down here, maybe closer to the handle, you'll be able to pinch down and kind of reach more contact as you're pulling out. And that's important because you're reeling, you're tired, all of a sudden you get that fish and you get that jolt back into action, and sometimes your fingers will slip off the rod and the reel. I think this helps prevent some of that, which could help you land more fish in that situation. Maybe because that happens, you don't get it that good as hook set, or maybe you don't reel down as fast. There could be an instance to where something as simple as that could land you that fish. And if you're a tournament angler, I mean, that could matter. Not to mention the fact that you might fatigue less by using these. I think I most certainly do, the fact that I'm not pinching down on that. I know that's a lot of talk just about the knobs on these reels, but I want to give you, again, that sense of someone who's used these reels, someone who's used them day in, day out, caught lots of fish with them, and is really talking about how I like these rods and reel combos, but how they could help you in a way that's not just sitting here, me just listening off like, well, they've got zirconium inserts in the line spool there, the line guide. And so it's like, again, you can read all that stuff online. What you can't read online is that true opinion of someone who has gone out there and used them. The skeletal reel seat on both of these reels comes with a hook keeper in the trigger. I do like that for, you know, a lot of reasons. I think it just, it allows you to quickly hook your baits in there, get them out of the way. And you know, you can come in there with some type of keeper system to protect your bait. Overall, really like having both of these rod and reel combos. Matter of fact, I think for this next year, I'm gonna repurpose both of these. I was kind of using them primarily as like, okay, topwater rods and reels combo, but you know, my topwater game, it ain't that strong. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I have more faith in dragging a Carolina rig than I do walking a topwater frog. Just how I am. So I'm gonna repurpose these and make one of these. Probably make this one right here, the Mach 2. I'm gonna make this a rattle trap rod. I think with the action that it has, again, this is a medium heavy, fast action. It's weighted for, where's the line weight on this bad boy? 10 to 20 pounds, lure weight of 3/16 to 3/4. I think it's really gonna load up and fire a rattle trap pretty daggone far, because both of these the reels combos will cast. They will cast really well. I mean, that's just a staple with any LEWS products. The fact that you can buy any LEWS products from the top to the bottom and it's gonna perform flawlessly. It's just gonna perform exactly how you want it in a day in, day out kind of fashion. Not a like, oh, you can only use it a couple times a month kind of thing. No, like every day you're gonna be able to count on these rods and reel combos, especially the LEWS reels. Repurpose this one as maybe a rattle trap rod. Maybe keep this one as a topwater. Not real sure, but definitely put some fluorocarbon on it this year. I ran mono on both of these this year, which kind of limited things that I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. So I went with other rods in my arsenal, which that contributed to me catching less fish on this one, even though, like I said, did catch the biggest fish of the year on this one. If I had to give you one rod and reel over to, I'd have to go with the Mach Crush here, simply because it's got that beefier drag system in it. They both have magnetic brakes. They both have 10 ball bearings in the reels. They're both super low profile. This combo just comes with a few extra benefits that I really like and I think are worth that $20 extra because of the wave, the American tackle, the airwave guides that come on these things. I think this combo is just a little bit better, and the fact that now they've added that heavy stick to it, absolutely. You can pick up that heavy and then you're gonna have a rod. I mean, that rod and reel combo at a $200 combo is going to be a steal, guys. That is going to be one heck of a combo, because again, like I said, I use this reel on a $40 rod from Walmart, a LEWS $40 rod, and it was a fantastic combo. But the combos both overall are very light, very well balanced, and they're ones you can use all day long. The medium heavies in these versions are going to allow you to throw a ton of different presentations. Like I said, you know, super heavy topwaters, I'd maybe stay away from them, especially if you're trying to work on accuracy, but they will definitely work the bait very well and load up when it's time and help you fight the fish when you've got hooked up, especially on trebles. So, you know, will they work for that? Absolutely. You can buy this reel, either rod and reel combos, and you're going to be able to throw a lot of different things. Matter of fact, I've got a Mojo rig tied up on this thing right now. So they really are both multi-purpose. So, well guys, that's my review and that's kind of my versus video for the Mach Crush versus the Mach 2. Both excellent rod and reel combos. Both combos I highly recommend, especially because you're getting a lot for your money. You're getting if you buy both, you're getting two combos that are going to throw a lot of presentations, and you're not going to be spending $400 on it because you don't need to. At the end of the day, these combos will get the job done just as good as a $400 to $600 combo. So check them out, go to LEWS.com. I'll post some links down in the section below. But I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it's giving you a different perspective on the rods and reels that I've used in my arsenal for my 2018 season. So, you know, stay tuned for more videos that are just like this. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Matter of fact, if I had to give you one recommendation, Alrighty, y'all. Lew here from. I'm gonna just sit here and just spit specifications out shit. Really good. That's probably making a lot of noise. Should have cut you off.